Knowledge, it ain't free. You gotta pay attention.
A dynasty in motion, reshaping the sport's greatest tradition, channeling the legends of his line and surpassing them. 4 of the last 6 Derby winners carry his genes. A Golden Son, a Horse of the Year. Another chapter written beneath those iconic spires. Derby dreams fulfilled for the titans of our industry. From authentic to sovereignty, a legacy both real and supreme. Into mischief.
And they're off in the Kentucky Derby.
You're watching Past the Wire TV, the biggest races at the best tracks. From the Kentucky Derby to the Breeders' Cup. The best horse racing coverage is right here on Past the Wire TV.
It's always a pleasure for me, Jonathan, to be with you. You were the first person to give me an interview when I came to United States, so I will be grateful to you forever.
I knew you were one of the best riders in the world.
Legend himself, Frankie Dettori. Ciao, Frankie. Tutto a posto.
Tutto a posto. Yes, that's a good start. So you haven't lost.
Dan Oman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free, exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING, get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features, including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator, exclusively on DRF Bets.
Welcome to Past the Wire TV, your #1 source for horse racing news and interviews, handicapping analysis, betting insights, and more. Past the Wire TV covers the biggest races at the best tracks.
Garnet and Louise Sayer to win the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga.
The Grey Wizard is absolutely flying. Champagne won. The Grey Wizard. Oh, it's very close. Leave it to the judge.
Like, share, and subscribe to Past the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Well, hello, everyone. Here we are looking at the Stephen Foster's race. This is going to be at Churchill Downs this weekend. Hot weather out there all weekend for a lot of places, including where I'm at here at Churchill Downs. So when you look at those horses, they're going to get a little on the wet side, okay? They're going to get a little sweaty and stuff. So that's going to be the weather for you on this beautiful, hot Saturday in Kentucky. Before we get started, though, thanks to Racelens for all the tools they give us for this show. And also, last week we didn't do too good on the pick 5, but we did have some nice winners throughout the whole card. I had people that did send me emails, did get some of those winners. There were a couple of nice prices on there. But overall, we did not hit that pick 5, so we did not get away with knocking it out of the park. So we're going to try that here today at Churchill Downs. And remember one thing, hit that subscribe button right down below here. Plus that little alert bell there. You could get all the shows, my show, Geo show, everybody's shows. Okay. So, and if you want to send me an email to ask any kind of questions about anything, about claiming horses. There's actually a horse auction sale here in Kentucky 2 weeks from now. Just hit right over here where it says charles@passthewire.com. Send me an email, and I want to answer your questions, even if it's about the full card at Churchill Downs on Saturday. So let's do it. Let's get into it, and let's see what we're going to do. Like always, we will hit 2 races, and let's see what we got going here. All right, we're going to go in the 10th race. Yep, 10th race. It's the Wise Dan Stakes, okay? Anybody remember Wise Dan? Knew he was very good on the turf, so we got a turf race here for 4-year-olds and up. So with that all being said, let's get into it. The number 1 horse here, you know, hasn't shown anything in the last 4 races really overall to get me super excited about this horse. The horse likes to come from behind, but he doesn't have a serious kick, I don't think, to catch some of these horses. And let's see what Raceland's angle is. Negative. Lay off up to 5 or more, you know, so, and then you got class run style, which is come from behind. They don't like it here in this race. It's going to be very tough for this horse to step up and do something here. This horse really has to improve a lot in my book to just do some kind of damage. The 2, well, I think a lot of people that follow racing a lot knows that Steve has a really good horse here that has done pretty good, you know, pretty good overall, has done some damage out there. Last time this horse just missed it, rallied late. This horse has kind of got that come from behind, but this horse also could sit very close to the pace, which might be needed in this type of race. I mean, if you go back the last race, it was no more than 4 or 6 lengths off in the beginning, but then was really close in the last half of the race. The race before that, where he just lost by half a length, was within 1 length of the winner. So all the way around, let's put it this way. This horse is a very, very dangerous horse here in this race. You got to definitely look at this horse with Pratt aboard, definitely on that aspect. This horse is bred for the turf too, has done very well. So can this horse win? You betcha this horse could win. I think this is one of the top 2 horses that could win this race. And good luck trying to, you know, get this horse. Don't toss this horse off your ticket. Let's put that away. Don't do it. So I like this horse a lot. I think this is a major, major player. The 3 here, another horse that really looks like it's improving a lot the last, you know, 3 or 4 runs. This horse is probably the now horse, you know. Antonio jumps aboard this horse. I like that. I mean, I like the move a little bit. This horse sits really close to the pace, does a late kick, does have a closing type of kick. Very, very dangerous horse. Mark Glatt brings this horse from Santa Anita in California, and the horse has been running up against the big dogs there. So this horse is definitely a major, major player, and you got to do not throw this horse off your ticket either. There's actually 4 horses that probably could win this race, but I think there's 2 that are the ones to beat, and the 2 and the 3 here is definitely the ones to beat. So look out for the 3 here in the 10th race. The 4, interesting horse, won last time out, actually beat the 2 last time out at Churchill Downs, had the lead, and no one, I mean, the challenge wasn't the greatest in the world, but the horse ran good. If you go back and watch that video, I actually watched it live, but if you go back and watch the video, this horse ran very, very good. This horse is going to be out on the lead or very close to the lead, but most likely on it. Going to have to catch this horse. Can you catch it? You probably can, but there's going to have other speed with the this horse. The angle is trainer's hot in the last 30 days. Look at this. He had 2 wins in the last 30 days. Okay, he's 100%. He's 2 for 2. But what I like about it is with the jockey, 80% wins plus 479% on the ROI. That means they bring in those prices, people. Look, this horse is not going to be huge odds, but they do bring in big odds horses. So I think this is going to be your leader. I think this is horse definitely, if my book is more for the exotics. I think the top 2 choices could actually get this horse today, but definitely a player in this race. The 5, another horse that closes a little bit here, but doesn't have that serious big kick. He'll need a big speed duel to do any damage, and he's not going to be close enough. Now, with Irad, you might get this horse a little closer than normal. Last time out, this horse was within 2 lengths of the leader. Still couldn't quite punch it. The top 3 horses kind of pulled away a little bit. So this horse is going to have to pick it up just a little bit. If this horse picks it up a little bit, you could have a little bit of a danger horse. But in my opinion, I'm staying away from this horse. I think he's just slightly over his head, but a very nice horse without saying. The 6. Interesting. Again, last time out, feeling a clunker there. Kind of lost this down the stretch, just lost it. You just weakened big time. The time before that, the horse looked excellent. And even actually the 2 or 3 times before that, the horse was running excellent. Sits very close to the pace. This is a pressure type of horse. Not a come from behind, but a pressure type. So this one, if this one sits very close to that 5, you might have something going on here. I think this horse is a player. You got Jose Ortiz aboard. I think this horse is a player, so don't turn your head on this horse too much. I still think the 3 and the 2 are the top 2, but don't overlook this horse much. And especially demand that 8 to 1 at least. The 7 horse, last time out, tried to go wire to wire, didn't quite do it. So he's going to hook up again with the 5. I do think they're going to be a speed duel, which Cherie DeVoe, she trains the 5, the 7 and the 6, okay? The 6 is more of a pace horse. This is more of a leading horse. I think they're going to hook up somehow, I think. The last time out, they were probably trying something there. I don't know what they were doing, because usually before, this horse was more of a pace type of horse. Come from behind maybe, but they tried something different. So let's see what happens there. But I think there's plenty of speed in here to set it up once again for the 2 and a 3. But I do think the 7 has a shot at this, is a player for that win column. So I would not be surprised if this horse did it. This horse's horse for the course success is a 7.4. So you got to like that part about it. So definitely a player. The 8, the last 2 times, going for the hat trick now. This time, can he get the hat trick? Probably can, maybe. This is a very tough race, people. Very tough. And I actually was a little shocked that he won the last time. I thought he was up against it last time, and he proved me wrong. So I think at best this horse is an exotics on the bottom side. I don't see this horse actually winning today. There's plenty of other horses. Here's the angle. Horse ships in the track, wins at multiple circuits. Gotta like that part. Definitely a player. Love the breeding. You gotta love that breeding there. Screams turf, screams distance. So, like I said, very, very tough race. And you know what? And some people would want to hit the all button here on this race. I don't know if that'd be wise, because you got 3 horses, maybe 4 horses that are standing out a little bit better, and they're all kind of like 5 to 1 or less. I mean, where's the odds going to go? I don't think there's one big favorite in here that would take all the money. If that's the case, then I would hit the all button because there's a lot of other horses that could do some damage and you'd have higher prices. So I think you're going to have to make a stand. You might have to pick 4 or 5 horses for your pick 4, pick 5, or even pick 6s. Because on that pick 6 card, you do have some singles on the pick 6 and a single, in my opinion, on the pick 5. But you gotta have, let's put it this way, you gotta have the cojones to do that. Because sometimes some of those races, they all have nice horses in them, and you just got to make a stand. Either Torpedo Anna is going to win, no problem, but she threw in a major clunker last time out, or you're against her. So if you're against her, then you got to bet 2 or 3 other horses that was in that race. If you like her and you think it's her race, then you got to single her because she's going to be a big time favorite again. Even though she's doing that major clunker, just shows that they have to run the races sometimes. So that's how I'd play it. But I think there's a lot of horses in this race that could do some damage. The 9, last time out through a major clunker. The time before that was in a small stakes, did okay. Time before that was an allowance, which is where you're supposed to be before small stakes. Did okay, but every time he's in a big stakes, always gets beat up. So for me, for my money, I'm out. But this horse does have some early speed, which you got to take note with Luis Saez aboard. If this horse breaks good, he's going to challenge, the 5 and whoever else is going to go out there. The 8, I think, or was it the 7? No, the 7. There's plenty of speed in here. That's why I really do like 2 horses overall, the 3 and the 2. So there we have that race. Let's go to Race Lens and see how they project this race to go from the beginning to the end. And here we go. All right. First of all, in the beginning of the race, they have the 3 and then the 4, 5 sitting, second and third. That's race 11. Sorry. I'm like, what happened here? Okay. In the early, they have the 3, 6, 8, 9 on the lead because this is a turf race. I kind of see that 5 a little bit out there. I just do. I don't think the 5 is going to be that far back. At the midway point, they say the 3 is going to take over the lead by itself. Well, if that horse gets the lead by itself, then you guys really everybody's going to be in trouble, I think. I don't think he'll get the lead by himself. I think there's plenty of speed in here to keep him honest too. But if he could rate, this horse definitely can rate, and I think it'll be dangerous coming down the lane. They see the 2 winning at very big percentage, 58.9. They have the 8 at 15. The 7 coming in third at almost 8. They have the 3 at 5, and then the 4 at 5. I have it. Let me see what I have it at. I have it 3, 2, 6, 7. That's how I have it. My factors, the probable win percentage factors. Here are the factors for the turf at Churchill. I have the speed, class, and form all at 4. Distance at 5. Jockey, trainer at 3. Pace at 4. Trainer at 5. Track at 4. And then the angles and track condition both at 3. Let's look at the odds, what the true odds should be. They're saying the 2 should be 1-2, and the morning line says 6-1. I don't think we're going to get 6-1 on the 2, first of all, but I don't see the horse going off of 1-2 either. So with that being said, I'm thinking he's probably going to be right around 3-1, probably with the 7, probably even the 4 might get some play, and the 3 might get some play. I mean, I think those 4 horses are just going to battle out who's going to be the favorite. The 8, they're saying 5-1 is true odds. You're getting 6-1 morning line. It's not much of a difference there to really jump for joy. So, like I said, I like the 3, 2, 6, 7. Now, we're going to go to the Stephen Foster. There's some horses that we've all seen run against each other a couple of times and gotten the best of each other a couple of times. And we'll see how that turns out. Before I do, like I said, shoot me an email if you want the whole card, or if you have any questions. Like I said, there's a sale coming up here at Keeneland 2 weeks from now. Plus, there's other sales coming up very soon. I'm starting a pin hook and racing syndication. We have a couple more spots still left open. Shoot me an email, Ian, if you're interested, want to find out all about it. No problem. I'll give you all the information. Join us. We'll have some fun with it. We got it the price where, it's not too bad for the average person to get into, and we'll try to build something there. Now, let's get into the Stephen Foster. Personally, I think this is an excellent race. I think that you couldn't really ask for a better race setup. I mean, you got some nice horses in here. You could honestly make an argument for pretty much all of them, how they should win, why should they win. Like I said, some of them have beat each other here and there. You got First Mission, the number 1 horse here. He has beaten Skip Along Stocking, which is in this race, So they've met some other horses in these races. Luis Saez is aboard for Brad Cox with this horse, First Mission. This first angle is ships in the track, wins at multiple circuits. Won last time as the favorite, a little over more than even to 1. This horse is really, you look at it, 1 1/8. It's almost a perfect distance for this horse. Should be closing pretty good, but has that early pressure type speed, okay? This horse could find itself on the lead if it breaks good enough and no one really wants to go, which I doubt that personally. But this horse can go to the lead, can sit right off of the first or second place horse and push them along really big time. With that being said, I think there's plenty of speed in this race. I really do. I think look at these early projected ratings, early pace, 100, and then middle pace, 103, and then late pace, 116. This horse pretty much does not get tired. But the thing is, if there's a lot of other horses doing the same thing, can you get tired? Yeah, you probably could. The 2, Mind Frame. Look at this. This horse has did not win, but it did come in front of Sierra Leone, which is in this race once before. That was in the Belmont Stakes. This horse is I think personally, out of the whole field, there's 2 horses I would love to own, and this would be one of them. Because I think you get a lot of this horse could do a lot of things. This horse could go mile and 16th, probably even this 1 1/8. I think this horse is going to be very tactical. This horse is a pressure type horse. Even though last race the horse came from behind in 7 furlongs, kind of didn't get the best breaks, and the horse just came on and showed its talent. Let's just put that away. So, with that being said, you got Todd Pletcher with Irad aboard. Very good combination, even though their win percent is only 17. That's kind of a little low than I would expect it, to be honest with you. Their projected ratings are 92, 95 in the middle, and a late pace of 111. This horse has got that kind of talent to sit there. This is another one just like the one that could sit very close, help push this lead, the early speed. This horse could even find itself on the front end. Can't be surprised about that if that horse does show up on the front end. But definitely one of the speed horses, very major talented horse. I like this horse a lot. I think this is a player in this race. You got to like it just like the one. They're both players. You got to put them in your exotics for sure. But other than that, I think there's another horse that could beat him. 3, Skippy Longstocking. Another horse here that's a pressure type. Sometimes finds himself on the lead. Takes it, but most of the time likes to be, the pressure type. Safi Joseph with Ortiz, Jose Ortiz, that is. Their combination, when they ride together, 26% wins, okay? So that's a very good number. Got to like that. This horse won last time as the favorite. Horse ships into multiple tracks and wins. Got to like all that. Very talented horse. Starting to get long in the tooth. He's 6 years old, but still running great. So you can't knock that at all. I think this horse could be a player if everything goes right for him. But I'm taking a seat back on this horse on this race. I think you guys know that in the past I've been on Skippy Longstocking before in a couple of the races. But for today, I'm going to be off of this horse. Hope he just doesn't beat me. Sierra Leone, his comeback race from last year, didn't show much. He just basically ran even, if you really ask me. I mean, he was 4.5 lengths behind. At one point, he did get 6 lengths behind, and he finished 4 lengths behind. Was willing, but just didn't quite have it all, there. I just don't know if the horse was ready. Chad Brown usually gets him ready for that first time off, but he gets him when they're the 6 months off. He gets 21%. He's been off since March now, so he got a little rest again. Trying to work on some things with this horse. The early pace, this horse is the 105. Middle pace is 108, and then you got a 110 late pace. I think Pratt is going to try to keep this horse a little closer than normal. Because instead of coming from the clouds, if he comes from the clouds, he might get beat in this race, because there's plenty of pressure type horses that could all rate and sit with each other, especially the 1 and 2. They could sit there and they don't have to have the lead. They could just sit there nice and chilled, and can make it look dangerous. If this horse Sierra Leone sits within, let's say, 5 lengths of the leader throughout most of the race, I think he could kick it in and pass them all. This horse has got a heck of a shot of winning this race. This race is kind of built for him. The horse ships into and wins at multiple tracks. We all kind of already know that. So for me, I think, hey, this is the horse to beat. I mean, you got to make sure if this horse sits there and what I call the catbird seat, which is fourth really, about 4 lengths off, he's going to be super, super dangerous. Okay. So, but I'm not going to take away from other horses in here. If you like them, play them. Toss the Sierra Leone if you want to. 5-2. I don't know what kind of odds, because you got a lot of good horses in here. I don't think you're going to have a huge favorite. Let's put that away. Mystic Dan probably might be the favorite in this race. Last time out, went back to his old ways finally. Took a while for him to do that. I just think he was in a rut type of thing. And this horse, let's look at this horse. Yeah, this horse, he has been on and off like a faucet. But Kenny McPeak, you got Hernandez back on. You got to like that, all that part. Perfect distance for this horse. This horse is a pressure type horse. Once again, we got another one. How many of these can we have? What does that mean? This will be the 4th one out of 5 so far we've talked about that are pressure type horses. His breeding states that this might be a little far for him. I mean, a mile 16, mile 8, maybe you could do, but the Golden Scents are great for miles. Okay, so this horse has got that kind of speed. If he gets the rate like he has done when he's won at longer distance, like the Kentucky Derby, if he could just rate a little bit, which he can, he could be very dangerous. So he is going to be a dangerous horse in this race, I believe. I don't want to talk anybody off this horse. He's definitely a player for sure, but I have the one I'm going to go for. I think Sierra Leone is setting it up perfect for him, and let's just see. Sixth, Hit Show. Here's another horse that was just phenomenal, and then went to Dubai and won just a huge race and beat Forever Young there. Forever Young was a big favorite in that race. Huge. So this horse, if you go back and watch that video on this horse, I watched it live on TV, of course. This horse was just phenomenal. It was great the way that Florent just timed this horse, and the horse just got better and better with every stride. It was amazing. So this horse has got tons of talent. Can this horse do it? You betcha. I can't say this horse cannot do it. This race is loaded with talent. So whoever you pick as your bet, be proud of it, because these horses are loaded. I just have my own opinion on this. But I'm going to take a seat back, because usually horses that come from Dubai, it takes them a little while to basically find their legs again. I don't know what it is the distance, the difference in time and all that stuff. It takes something out of them sometimes. And so I'm going to take a pass on this horse, but I will not be shocked if this horse wins. This horse shipping into a track wins on multiple tracks. And when we've seen that angle a lot on all these horses, it should say something, right? Ashkoff, here's your long shot of the day. Lucas, let's talk about Lucas retiring. We all knew he was going to have to retire at one point, and it's a crying shame how he has to go out because of illness. And him and his family is all in our prayers. He's one of the greatest trainers that have been. I've gotten lucky, and I met him once and talked to him for just briefly back when I was younger. I didn't get to sit down and really pick his brain a lot. I got to sit with other Hall of Fame trainers that I could do that with, and it was just unfortunate I never got to talk to him about some things. I just met him very briefly, but an excellent role model for all the trainers out there, and anybody who want to become a trainer. He's an excellent role model. But this horse, in my opinion, I think is way over his head on this aspect of it. Julian Leparoux is going to be racing. I guess this is the sentimental pick, if you want to say. Throw a couple dollars on it for Lucas winning a big one for his retirement, if you want to, for a win. But for me, I'm taking a pass. But my thoughts and prayers are out, and hopefully he gets to finish out the rest of his life in peace with his family the way he wants it. All right, then. That was that race. The Stephen Foster, like I said, I told you, that race is unbelievable. The horses that are in there. Like I said, if someone held a gun to me, if you could own any one of these horses, I'd say Sierra Leone and then Mindframe, or vice versa. Either way, I'm a winner. That's how I would look at it. Let's go and see how I'm going to pick the pick 5 and see how I'm going to go at it. Remember, that was only in my opinion on this. There's some tough races at Churchill Downs this weekend, big time. But here we go. Remember, the pick 5 starts in race 8. I think in pick 6, Torpedo Anna's in race 7. So, and we'll talk briefly about that race. She threw in a major clunker. Things happen. Those type of things always happen to horses. I would give her a pass. I think she's a single. I would go for it as a single, because to beat her, then that means I would have to play at least 4 horses in that ticket if I was playing a pick 6. So I would single her and just go for it. That's how I would play it. You got to cut down some of your multiple tickets, because if you put her with 3 or 4 other horses, I mean, you're multiplying it too much, you know. Just single it or toss her and put the 3 horses that you like or whatever like that. All right, so race number 8. I like 8, 6, 5, 3 in that order. I'm going to do the exacta 8, 6 box. I like that on that race. When it comes to my pick 5, for leg number 1, which is race number 8, I'm going 8, 6, 5, 3, all 4 of those horses. Then in leg 2, race number 9, I'm going 1, 3, 4, 7, all 4 of those picks. Then leg number 3, which is race 10, we covered that turf race, the Wise Dan. I'm going 3, 2, 6, 7, and 4. I'm going a little deep there, okay? 5 horses. Got to do it because I think that race something could happen. I mean, I could sit here and hit the all button again in the Stephen Foster, but I'm going to make a stance. I believe that this horse's race is being set up perfectly for him. So I'm singling Sierra Leone. I know, hey, you're crazy, Charles, but then you tell me what race I could single or put 2 horses in. Maybe this race I could put 2 horses, Mind Frame and him, but my ticket would be too big, and it's over the number that I always like to keep it at, which is about $200 ticket. And then the final leg, the 5th leg, the 12th race, I'm going 1, 8, 2, 3, and 10. Okay, so in race number 9, I like 1, 3, 4, 7. I'm doing the exacta 1 over the 3. The 10th race, we just finished talking about that and going over it. 3, 2, 6, 7 is my top 4. I'm doing a try 3, 2 with the 3, 2, 6, 7, 4 with the all. Then I'm going to do a daily double, the 3, 2, going to Sierra Leone. And then in 11th race, which is the Stephen Foster's, I'm going 4, 2, 1, 5. I'm going to do exactly the 4 over the 1. No, 4 over the 2. Excuse me. I made a mistake there. Now that I made the mistake, I should put the 1 in there, right? You're probably all saying that. Well, you know what? I will. I'll do it over the 2 and the 1. Daily double. I'm doing the Sierra Leone to the 1, 8 in the 12th. In the 12th race, I'm going 1, 8, 2, 3. Trifecta is 1, 8, 1, 8, 2, 3, 10 to the all. So there you have it. That's what I'm going to do there on this race. On the pick 5 at Churchill Downs, it's a very tough day. An excellent card, though. If you're betting wise, you should get some prices in there because, you know, if it's a tough race, if it's a tough card, that means the favorites shouldn't be super favorites, right? So anyway, shoot me an email on all that stuff, especially the syndication thing, and let's go out there and get some winners. Until then, see ya.
Here comes journalism, here comes sovereignty, and they square off, head into the final furlong. Sovereignty wins the Derby!
You're watching Past the Wire TV. Hit that like button and subscribe to Past the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Nobody does it better.